Hello. This video is going to be hard to make, and it's going to be hard to make because I am basically denouncing my previous position on YouTube. That was me being a spiritual YouTuber, and now I want to focus on being a YouTuber, a practical YouTuber, for people to live better, for wellness, for happiness, for an overall better contentment in life. And you might be like, well, that's what spirituality is for. That's, the point of spiritual YouTube. But I don't think it is. I think now I'm at the point where I'm breaking away from my former beliefs, who are ultimately making me ungrounded, super complicated, super confused, and super existential, to the point where it was stopping me from doing what was important in life, taking the steps to actually be happy, to love myself, and take action. To be honest, one of the big reasons I think why I don't watch spiritual YouTubers anymore, and I don't really take advice from them. There is some great advice out there, and previously I've talked about YouTubers I really like, but there's too much you can make up. There is literally too much you can make up. A lot of the time you don't get practical advice, you don't get step-by-step actions to take. A lot of the time you don't even get an example to follow. You just get someone who maybe knows a lot about horoscopes, tarot cards, astrology, or someone who has a very vivid imagination and can tell you, make up things and say there's telltale signs for knowing about angels and ETs and blasting off into the higher frequencies of the universe. I know it's crazy because I used to be a YouTuber. This is what I used to talk about, and it's what I believed in. But there was part of me, there was a nagging doubt in my mind that thought I was reaching. I was trying too hard to find the answer. I was trying too hard to make sense of reality and to really stimulate myself. It's a way of having mental stimulation. It's a way of making life seem more exciting than perhaps it is, perhaps it seems to you. It's sort of like mental titillation for yourself. And more I think about it, I was spending so much time living in this fantasy land of my imagination and feeling like giving myself constant validation, because this is what the YouTubers do. They give you constant validation. They make you feel good about yourself. I was doing the same thing. I was saying it's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. Trust in yourself. And that's a beautiful message. But believing that you're not in control of your life, that was the problem. Believing that some sort of energy was shaking things up for you. And you hear people talking about it because of the new moon that's coming in, or because of the new planet thousands of miles away. You shouldn't take the risk this month. I do believe you are the force. You are the cause of your life. You are the one who determines how your life goes. And you shouldn't believe if someone says your emotions are going to be stirred up this month, not to take risks, not to do something, not to find opportunity when it's in front of you. I think we're constantly losing opportunity. Every day we do the same thing. We waste opportunity. See, I'm having this whole different change of mind now. Whole different change of mind. I think everyone's on their process. Everyone's going to see things differently. And a part of my process, part of my awakening, it's time to move away from the ideas that got me to this point. Because I bet you feel it right now. I'm talking to the people that maybe like my videos, that also watch self-improvement videos, that want to be better, that know there's a bigger potential inside them, that know there's something communicating to them in the subtleties of their mind saying, you can do better than this. Don't succumb to this. Don't be a loser. Push for more. That is the video I'm talking about today. That's what I'm talking about on this channel from now on. It's to stop you ignoring that thought that there could be more, that there is more. What else is there out there? There is an awakening happening on Earth. But the awakening is one away from serfdom to your devices. It's one away from constant dopamine addiction, mental stimulation, poor habits, bad behaviors, keeping you indoors. What have we seen as a result of the pandemic is that more people now are indoors. More people are having everything come to them. Their food, everything, where they can stay in a place of pleasure and mental stimulation without going outside, taking walks, drinking water, going out into nature. Instead, what did we do? What was I doing for so long? I was just watching YouTube. Watching pornography. From swiping on dating apps. How did you spend your pandemic? Until I realised I've got to stop doing this. I started making a YouTube channel. And ever since I stopped making a YouTube channel, moved to London, the lockdown ended, started to go out again, have fun, go bars, drinking, go parties all the time. I felt that nagging again. Discontentment. I'm doing the wrong thing again. I'm making the same mistakes I did before. Maybe on a slightly healthier level. I now have strong friendships. I see more people more often. I have a great girlfriend. But I know that there's a great journey and there's a great step to my awakening that next needs to take place. And it won't be spent watching spiritual YouTubers. It'll be spent hardly watching YouTube at all. It'll be spent getting out into nature. It'll be spent being with loved ones, talking to strangers, putting myself outside my comfort zone. And this is what spiritual YouTubers don't really tell you. They want you to be hooked on your content and yes, believe that life isn't in your hands. My perception of what is spiritual and not has changed. I don't think you're spiritual if you feel completely hopeless, if you don't even help other people, you don't contribute, you don't take action in this world, you don't give back, you don't hold people's eye contact, see the similarity in each other, see the brotherhood we have intentions to build a family, have intentions to be, maybe not build a family, but at least be part of one, be part of a community, give back, lead, know when not to lead, embolden others to lead and support them. People who laugh are spiritual, people who uplift other people's moods are spiritual, people who always have time to listen to each other are spiritual. I don't think people that watch YouTube videos have a collection of candles and crystals are spiritual. I think my definition of spirituality has changed. I think the spiritual community has been amazing for me. A lot of people come into it if they perhaps didn't have a grounding in a standard religion. They're looking for answers. You may have lost someone very dear to you. You may have had a breakup with someone that really upset you and shook your way and made you feel lost. It's coming out of a bad event that makes you feel lost. And, you know, you're having issues. Your parents split up, someone breaks up with you, someone dear to you dies in your family. Or dealing with substances, perhaps. And you're realizing that they aren't the answer, that you want to find something more meaningful. All those things were happening to me. And that's how I stumbled upon spirituality, and it helped me a great deal. But I haven't thought about it in the last year. I've been taking so much action. I've been living on my own. I just feel now more happier and more simple. I don't have crazy thoughts, crazy almost schizophrenic-like thoughts about frequency and angel numbers, and while they're also real in my mind at the time, I found way more of a natural grounding and presence. And we talk about presence as this thing we want to get to. Spiritual people talk about, oh, you need to be present. But they're not really present. The presence I had was still confused and contorted with all these ideas. I'm talking about energy, I'm talking about aliens, I'm talking about angels, I'm talking about movement inside my own body, super ultra sensitivity to different colours, kinds of light, seeing darkness in places, understanding frequency and energy levels. It's just too confusing. It was too much for me. So maybe you're one of those people that I'm talking to right now. Maybe you found this excitement around spirituality, but now it's starting to wither away. You're starting to be... You sort of wanted to escape from reality, but now reality is coming down. Oh, you've got responsibilities. This is a good thing. This is a natural change. This is part of your evolution. It's to move away from this head case of ideas. Maybe they helped you. You need to see some light, some different ideas, a different way of framing reality entirely. It was great for a time being, but now you're here, and now life has hit you again, and it's time to let those ideas dissipate. Because I promise you, it'll be so much simpler on the other side. And I promise you're actually going to be so much happier on the other side once you let some of these ideas go. They're confusing you, weighing you down. These New Age beliefs, these theories about the spiritual balance, the laws of the universe, there's really a cloak of ego that you use as protection, like a scar tissue. But it's ultimately vulnerable. Because when you're confronted, and you've seen this before, when you're confronted by someone who isn't spiritual, yeah, they're successful, they've done everything, and they think in a very practical, rational way, you're almost intimidated. I always was, anyway. I had these ideas and they were like a bedrock for me, but yet they'd always be disturbed when I meet someone who had a very strong frame of reality. It's because my frame and your frame on reality, when you believe in these ideas, isn't solid enough. You're never going to be fully invigorated, I don't think, and fully able to hold your own. Because at the end of the day, these ideas, they're just ideas. Your frame for reality, especially as a man, you need to have a strong frame of reality. And that will be disrupted if you don't even know yourself what you believe. You think you've uncovered the truth of existence. But yet there's so much more comfort in knowing that you don't know than trying to figure out everything in existence and act as if you do. That is just ego. And that took me a long time to figure out. Instead, focus on being practical. This is what the new channel is going to be about. It's being practical and developing and growing every day. What's something you can learn each day? What's a skill? What's a talent you can develop? I've recently started learning Spanish. And I'm practicing small talents. Ways of cutting things in the kitchen. Getting really good at that. Lifting weights every day. Training on new positions. New angles. Working my back. I never used to train my back before. Now I'm really emphasizing my back training. Better quality protein to drink. Better quality foods to drink. How to save money. How to invest money. I'm learning how to shuffle cards really well. I'm discovering the best cologne to wear. There's practical skills that you can learn and then talk about and share with others. And not be an outcast, not be a pariah. Because yes, I know you love these views right now. If you're understanding what I'm saying, maybe you do love these spiritual ideas and they're really entertaining for you. But your ideas are only strong when you can find people, when you can unite people and uplift people with what you know, what skills you can share. What skills do you bring to the tribe? What role do you play? People in spiritual life say, you are the cause, you are the controller, maybe you are the god of your own life. Well, if that's the case, if that is the case, why do you keep listening to their advice? If you're the one in control, if you're the one with the answers, why do you keep depending on what they need to say about a week, the energy for the week? You create the energy. You are a massive pool of energy. You determine how the week goes. You have your say. You stand up for yourself. You're an independent person and you can think independently with your own ideas. You are the master of your fate as well. Don't blow like a leaf in the wind. Stand up for yourself. Shoulder this responsibility. And let go of these ideas which are taking your power away. So that's where I'm at. And I know it's an explosive rant, and I know it's completely contrary to what I've said before, but this is the new direction I'm going in. And I feel more empowered than ever. I know that it's coming from me. I know that I'm getting ideas. And I still meditate, I still do yoga. I do things that I know are good for my wellness. But I moved away now. I think this is the sign of my maturity. That I'm here now to share these ideas. And I'm going to give you great practical advice that I don't think you get on YouTube. That I don't think people are supported enough. I think not enough work goes into showing you real steps and how to have progress and how to develop. I want to make people happy. I want to improve wellness of everyone that watches my videos. Yes, it's mostly from a man's perspective. But I want to show you every single area of lifestyle that you can improve. And that's why I'm here, and that's my newfound passion. I'm back for good. Love you.